This might be a hard pill to swallow, but Ichinose obsession toward Ayanokoji is no longer healthy. It's normal for a human to fall in love, but the way Ichinose fulfills her love is nowhere near normal. It's terrifying. We already saw how terrifying love could change Sudo from the bottom of his class to becoming one of the top students just in 2 years of his high school. He changed for the better, but there are others who change for the worse, such as Meizono, who betrayed her class for the sake of her boyfriend. Ichinose Honami is also part of the group that changed for the worse because of love. At first, she was introduced as a kind-hearted girl with a matching social skills who is loved by men and women. However, just like any other girl, she falls in love with Ayanokoji, and her character starts to take a very unpredictable path. Ichinose and Ayanokoji relationship started in Volume 2, where Ichinose offered to help them in the Sudo trial. She actually focused more on Harikido, but when a little incident happened, she ended up asking for Ayanokoji help. She asks Ayanokoji to pretend to be her lover, so Ichinose will have a reason to reject Shiranami confession. Her plan failed because Ayanokoji refused the role and ended up giving Ichinose advice to take other people's feelings seriously. This part is actually kinda funny because Ayanokoji knew nothing about love, so he must be taking that quote from a book somewhere. A year has passed, and Ichinose is changing from wanting Ayanokoji to pretend to be her boyfriend into wanting Ayanokoji to be her real boyfriend. Ichinose started to have a feeling for Ayanokoji after Volume 9 of the first year arc, where Ayanokoji helped her from her depressed state. At that time, Ichinose still had some kind of self-control. She realizes it will be hard for her feelings to be answered because she and Ayanokoji are placed in different classes, and that means they are destined to fight each other. Ichinose managed to put her feelings under control, but after her defeat against Ryuen in the first-year final special exam, Ayanokoji gave her more emotional support, which made Ichinose feelings start to grow out of control. At this point, maybe Ichinose believed that her feeling was not one-sided, because Ayanokoji had already promised her to meet again after 1 year. By standard romance logic, there is no way a man will do something like that to a woman who he has no interest in. Maybe, just like Ichinose, Ayanokoji holds her feelings because of their class difference. However, Ichinose's assumption is completely wrong because Ayanokoji had a different plan for her, and the role of a girlfriend was already planned for Karuizawa Kei. So, when Ichinose finally knew the truth about Ayanokoji dating Kei, she got her third mental breakdown. This time it's even worse because her girlfriends already know about her feelings. I wonder how Ichinose friends react when Ayanokoji and Kei relationship becomes public. That must have been a very awkward time for them around Ichinose, especially after they had already decided to become her wing women, because they invite Ayanokoji to a party on a cruise ship back in Volume 4.5 of the second year arc. However, Ichinose is the one who feels the most pain. She often lost in thoughts and avoided contact with Ayanokoji, which resulted in her not-so-good performance during the sports festival and cultural festival. For Ichinose, her one-sided feeling has already become a poison that she cannot get rid of, but also cannot fulfill because of the presence of Karuizawa Kei. If she continues like that, she will end up broken, and her class will have no chance to rise to the top. That is something that Ayanokoji didn't want to happen, at least not until the final special exam of the second year. And that's why he once again put on a mask of an angel and helped Ichinose to control her feelings. The end of the school trip is the turning point for Ichinose's mental state. Her feeling that she thought had nowhere to go finally found a way to make her happy, and it's all thanks to Ayanokoji's word. Ayanokoji gives her the courage to take the first step, which means that if Ichinose cannot find an answer, she only needs to make her own answer, and that's how most of the path opens up. Ichinose wants Ayanokoji for herself, but cannot because Ayanokoji is Kei's boyfriend. That is the morality that blocked what Ichinose wanted. However, there is a way to get Ayanokoji without Ichinose breaking her own morals, which is to break the relationship between Ayanokoji and Kei, so Ichinose doesn't need to feel guilty to fall in love with someone else's boyfriend. The path to Ayanokoji is closed because of Kei, so Ichinose just needs to get rid of her, so the path will be open once again. Ichinose chaotic way of thinking is not something that we ever expect from her. Some people call her a yandere or homewrecker, but for me, this kind of development is something that you should expect if Ayanokoji already took a part in it. Just like what Ayanokoji said in Volume 8, he gave Ichinose a hand, and in the next volume, we saw Ayanokoji intentionally create a rift between him and Kei by intentionally telling Kei that he would meet Ichinose, just the two of them. Ayanokoji already took the first step for Ichinose, and Ichinose took the second step by creating unpleasant rumors where she intentionally waited in front of Ayanokoji room for more than an hour. A girl standing in front of a man room is not something to be missed, especially if the girl is one of the most popular girls in the school, and the man already has a girlfriend. Not to mention Ichinose doing it around 5 o'clock when the students just came back from the school, so the number of students who saw her is not to be taken lightly. And just to be expected, the rumors spread so fast in this little school to the point that even Ryuin heard about it, and understand what Ichinose intention behind her action was. Ryuin asked if Ichinose had a plan to expel Kei, and he even offered to help her, but Ichinose refused because expelling someone is not aligned with her moral compass. The rumors were meant to give Kei some mental pressure. At the same time as she had a fight with Ayanokoji, a rumor about Ayanokoji and Ichinose having some kind of relationship made her feel uneasy, and she is afraid that Ayanokoji will leave her and choose Ichinose instead. Her fear is not without a reason. According to Sato, Kei is one of the best girls that could be found in the school. In terms of personality, status, or appearance, Kei might be the best choice for someone who seeks a girlfriend. However, that will not be the case if Ichinose took a part in the election. In front of Ichinose, everything that Kei felt proud of could easily shatter. Not to mention that Ichinose is one of the smartest girls in her grade and also the leader of her class. Every sane man will always pick Ichinose instead of Kei. And that's why when the rumor starts to spread out, Kei anxiety starts to consume her mind. Especially after she receives a picture of Ayanokoji and Ichinose leaving the gym together, which I personally believe was also intentional, either from Ichinose or Ayanokoji's side. However, Kei's misunderstanding was easily solved when Ichinose assured her that there is nothing between her and Ayanokoji, at least, not yet. Both Ayanokoji and Ichinose were playing with Kei feeling for their own goal. Ayanokoji playing with her feelings to learn more about the relationship, while Ichinose played with her feelings so she could have Ayanokoji for herself. Ichinose's new goal gives her strength and motivation, which makes her perform so well in the third semester. And of course we cannot overlook her action in Volume 10, where she continuously attacks Kei in the special exam. She said she did that to give Horikita class a point, and she chose Kei because she is an influential figure in her class, so Horikita will definitely protect her. Even though her words sounds logical, I'm sure there is more reason for her action. There are a lot of students she could attack, such as Hirata or Kushida, but she still chose Kei even though she realizes there is an unpleasant rumor involving the two of them. Kei is not stupid. She could understand what actually happened when she put everything together, and that is the moment when she started to worrying that Ayanokoji would leave her. I'm not sure if Ayanokoji already told Ichinose his plan to break up with Kei or not, but the way everything happened made it easier for Ayanokoji to finally say goodbye to Kei. I want to believe Ayanokoji prepared all of it so Kei will not be so heartbroken when the time comes. I want to believe Ayanokoji did that to make Kei stronger, but at this point, I don't know if I could trust Ayanokoji anymore. Ayanokoji gave Ichinose a hope that he will leave Kei and start a serious relationship with her. However, Ichinose's assumption breaks her heart once again. The man who she thought was her source of strength turned out to be the one who started all of her misery back in the first year. Every attention that Ayanokoji gave her is nothing more than a part of his greater plan. He never loved her. He never cared about her. For Ayanokoji, Ichinose is just another pawn who plays on the palm of his hand. It's not a surprise when Ichinose's health got worse and she started to lock herself in her room after the second-year final special exam. I thought she would get depressed and wait for Ayanokoji to help her once again, but it turns out Ichinose is already stronger than we thought. She still didn't give up on her feeling. On the contrary, she had already given up on her morals and tried to trap Ayanokoji in her room without knowing if Ayanokoji had already broken up with Kei or not. It's really terrifying to see how Ichinose's obsession drives her to such an extent, but thanks for that, she finally gets everything that she wants. She got Ayanokoji in an equal relationship, and she got a way to bring her class to Class A. No matter what people say, I like how her love brings a big development for the story, because it's something that the other girl cannot do. You may not like how she turns out to be like this, but this is not Ichinose's fault alone. Ever since the beginning, the one who control and push her to embrace her hidden side is no other than Ayanokoji himself. Even though some people already warn her, Ichinose still ended up falling to the devil called Ayanokoji, and that is her greatest mistake.